was told to have that there was going to be Parents' Day program, and of course I was happy because the time would be taken up by the program rather than having a long talk. Then I forgot to ask the adults where should the sermon be directed to. But I asked the youth. I asked the children, to whom should I speak to? Because it's very hard to speak to both. I had to scratch my head, and I very worried about getting bald, so I cannot stretch too hard. And so I, they say choose. Obviously the children say, they have been lectured to enough already by adults, parents, uncle, aunties, people like me. So they say, no, preach to the parents. Yeah. So the sermon is actually preaching to the parents, right? Not for the kids. But I decided, the opening song, we have it in that way. It's easy. There's a story for the children. There's a spiritual lesson for the children. And the song already said it all. The children have it, but I still want to tell the story. Try to refresh my storytelling skill. Last month, Sharon and I were in a church that they routinely have, during the sermon, they have a children's story. They ask the children to come to the front and listen. And it was not only told by the preacher, but it's told by young people also, teenager. I guess it's a collegiate people, and also adult. So there goes the story. Matthew 7, 24 to 27. So once upon a time, there was a wasi man and a frusi man. They lived in the same kampong. They were friends. They went to the kindi together, primi together, secondary together, college together. Okay? And then they graduated. So they started looking for their livelihood. Right? They started looking for livelihood. After you earn money, in Jewish culture, you need to build your house before you get married. So they started building their house. Wasiman, he decided that, he must build his house where? On the hill. He decided to build his house on a hill. And of course, very hard to build the house on a hill, on the rocky thing. To build houses, you need to do piling, right? So you want to pile on the rock is difficult. It's much easier to put some stick onto the sand. So Frusi man, he decided, much easier to build it on a plain and next to the river. The river, actually the boat will bring the wood, the log, and the cement and build. Can be built very fast and can get married very fast. Right? So build very fast. Finish already. But this one take a long time. Build. Take a long time. Finally, both of them built the house. And, of course, you all know the story, right? So one day, the rain came. One day the rain came. So, and then, and it won't stop. Like November 1st of 2017, yeah. Was it November 1st? I cannot remember, yeah. Do you all remember? I think Andy should remember. 1st of November. Yeah. So, that was different. That was September. The car was in September. Then November it became more serious. Okay? Yeah. So, I think we know the story because the song, at least all of us could sing the first two verses. So we knew what happened. Actually, the third verse is actually the message. Right? So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. And the blessings will come down. No? When the prayer goes up, the blessing will come down. Right? So the house on the sand came crashing down because it had poor foundation. I've never got a chance to experience tornado yet. Where's Thaddeus? Have you experienced tropical storm yet? Yes? People have experienced hurricane or tropical storm yet? Anyone? I have no chance. Actually, one time I was in Philippines, in Manila, attending the conference, and in the hotel, the wind got pretty bad. Michael, have you experienced tropical storm in Hong Kong? How fast was the wind? Do you remember? How fast was the wind? 150 kilometer per hour. 150 kilometer per hour. Okay? So I think you may even fly. I mean, like people like me and Derek may even fly off. Right? So 150 kilometers per hour. So I want to tell you a story about uncle and the nephew. Okay? Uncle Russell and the nephew LeBron. This story happened recently, just about 6 months ago. Well, it started off, of course, before 6 months. Okay, they just like Wasiman and Frusiman, they wanted to build a house, but this is not a house to get married. They were building a holiday house in the state of Florida. Sunny state. Wow, beautiful beach. Beautiful beaches. Okay, so Uncle Russell is actually an attorney, an advocate, earn good money, and LeBron is actually Dr. LeBron Lasky. He is a radiologist. Yeah, they make good money, so they decided to build a holiday home by the beach in Mexico Beach in Florida. Mexico Beach in Florida. And they live in Cleveland, Tennessee. 424 miles away from Mexico Beach. It's something like from here to somewhere in Johor. Okay, somewhere in Johor. Or even close to Singapore. It's a nice place because family is very important. So they wanted to build a big holiday house when special time they can actually go and have holidays together. All the families, uncle, auntie, cousin, all these things, all will go there and have holiday and beautiful beach. Yeah, must show you the beautiful beach. Okay, beautiful beach. Okay, it's fantastic. So they decided to build a house. Hey, Florida. Right, Florida is a place to get not tropical storm, stronger than Florida. They get hurricane. I arranged the picture wrongly. Actually, some 2 months ago, there was a hurricane-like thing in Tanjung Tokong Sea, right? Yes. You watch it in your Facebook or WhatsApp. Yeah? Coming closer to the land. Wow, it's pretty big. This one is a lot bigger than it used to be. Wow, it's... later I show you. It's in I didn't save it in the video. Okay, anyway. Hurricane goes around in Florida. I just managed to check. Hurricane Katrina, which went through Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi in 2005. I think you won't remember the speed. I also did not remember the speed, but I just remember the disaster that it caused. Okay? And it didn't go to Florida, by the way, that time. But in 1992, there was Hurricane Andrew. Hurricane Andrew went through Florida. There were some newer hurricane that's more recent. Okay? But the Hurricane Andrew was 120 miles, which is Faster, definitely faster than the tropical storm which Michael and Helen experienced, right? 150 is 90? 100, between 90 and 100 miles per hour. Okay, so after 1992, state of Florida, when you want to build the house upon the sand, you forgot, we sang the song that they built the house upon the rock, right? And these two, are these two fools? Dr. LeBron Lasky and Russell King, the advocate, are they fools? They're going to build a house upon the sand, right? This is really a holiday house next to the beautiful tourist, beautiful, clean, white beach, building a house upon the sand. But I think they started building about a year or two before 2018. And the state law to build houses along this pathway of all these windy places has already changed. They require them to build house that could withstand 150 miles per hour wind. 150 miles per hour wind. Okay? So that it won't get blown off. I think some 2-3 months ago, I think we had definitely had. And years ago, there were some even telco tower that fell down from the McAllister Road. So the wind is getting stronger in Penang also, right? But in state of Florida, because they already experienced in 1992 already 120. So you build 125, may not be good enough. 150. But these two gentlemen who were going to build a house upon the sand, they decided they are going to build something that could withstand 250 miles per hour wind. They pour more concrete to make the sand into stone or rock. Pour more concrete, have less window. Window will break, right? When the strong wind. They have very less window. Holiday house have less window. It's quite boring. So all the comments from the friends and from the relative, like jail. Jail have less window, right? Yeah, it's a boring. I didn't take a close enough picture for you, but you can go and find it yourself in the website and the YouTube. So they completed the house in May 2018. So they managed to have a family great time in July 4th. July 4th. The US Independence Day. 2018. Then came October 2018. The hurricane season. And, very hard to see. Okay. October 1st of October, the weatherman starts seeing somewhere in the Mexico Gulf of Mexico, somewhere south of Mexico, already start gathering something. In Malaysia, we are very fortunate. We are shielded from all these severe things. But even then, our wind getting stronger, right? We have this big hurricane-like thing called water spouts. And also we have strong wind that blew off the top of some people's houses, the rooftop of people in the Tanjung Tokong village. It started October 1, October 2, it becoming stronger. They can see that. Now we can see. Human being already can see, but they cannot stop. Unlike some problem, right? You can stop. If you don't want to have a car accident, you don't drink and drive, you can stop. But this one, you can see, they cannot stop. It's coming. Getting nearer. Dr. LeBron, working in Cleveland, Tennessee, checking from the internet, the weather, the wind, where is it going? It's finally by October 5th, it became hurricane. And it is really going, remember? Remember where this is? The path of the hurricane. By the time you come there, it's a hurricane. It just rightly go through Mexico Beach, Florida. And it looked like Banda Aceh post 2004 Boxing Day tsunami. Except, unlike tsunami, the whole thing went off. This is where the hurricane passed through. Next to it, the houses may be standing. It just passed through. I think maybe it's a 1 kilometer breadth. So behind here, the houses are good, but on the beach here, it's all gone. But there stand a house along the path of the hurricane. And it had very little damage, or no damage according to the thing. It's still standing. Without much thing. This is still standing. But you can see here, nothing affected, right? Yeah, this is maybe 200-300 meters only. All became flat. Oh, actually, they were very somber when the CNN interviewed them. Because their neighbor all lost, I don't know how many lives were lost. They were very somber, even though their house withstood the hurricane. They were very somber. They felt very bad. They felt sad for their neighbors. Even though theirs still look good. Okay? The house that built for the big ones. The wise man built his house upon the rock. So there are 3 points. The wise, build house, and the rock. The wise. Let's be wise. But how to be wise? How can we be wise? Maybe we'll find out the answer later. You know what I did was, I Googled. Too hard to think. Ask the Google to think for us. So there were 611 million pages in half a second. How to be wise. Yeah, how to be wise. But in the Bible, actually there is a segment of the Bible that is called the Book of the Wisdom. No? The Book of the Wisdom. You heard of the Book of Wisdom? Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. So there's a place where you try to, the wisest man wrote all these things, especially all the mistake. He said, there is a saying, right? If you repeat your own mistake, you are really stupid. But if you don't repeat your mistake, you are a little bit smart. But the best one are those who don't do the mistake of other people, right? Because your life is too short. You cannot make all the mistakes you can make in this life. So one best way to become wise is to read the Book of Wisdom. Proverbs 13 verse 20 actually say also a simple way of becoming wise is to walk with the wise man. Walk with the wise man. Okay? Or in simple terms, mix around with the people who are really successful. I think that's what actually a lot of platform in the society, people, all the young people, they join Lions Club, they join Rotarian, they join all these things. So they become successful. So of course, in our value, what is the most important? Okay, is it that kind of success or what type of success do you want? It depends on what you want. Then you look for the wisdom in that area. Like building house is different, right? You ask me, I still cannot build house, but we are not talking about building house only. In this life, we are talking about raising kids. If you don't want your kids to be blown away by so-called the hurricane or the storm or the rain, then think about having a building code, or not the building code, the raising kid code. And go beyond the recommendation. For those who actually have young kids, do you know that actually American Association for Pediatrics, Pediatric Association, College of Pediatrics, actually say that younger than 2 years old should not look at screen at all. Not mosquito screen, but handphone screen and TV screen and computer screen. There was such a recommendation. There is such a recommendation. Not there was. There is such a recommendation. Okay, so there are ways to build building code. And please remember, LeBron and Russell built how many percent? I think close to 40% stronger than the building code required by the government. The government only required them to do 150 miles per hour wind, and they built about 240 to 250 miles per hour strength house. Okay, they spent extra 1 million ringgit. Yeah, extra 1 million ringgit. They estimated it's about 20 to 30% more expensive. They felt it's worth it, After the storm, they really know it's worth it. Okay? So, when you want to build your house you build your life upon this land, so think, okay, whether it's your career, it's your health, it's your life meaning right direction. Every day as you build, as you do, you like it or not, intentional or not, you're building your life toward whichever direction. So the foundation is the rock. What foundation are you building on? Are you building on the foundation of all the different type of news and different type of WhatsApp video, or you are building on the book of wisdom? Knowledge is not power. Information is very confusing. The more you read WhatsApp, the more you watch the video in the WhatsApp and maybe the Facebook, you can become more confused and do not know what to do. Knowledge is, according to Napoleon Hill, is only potential power. If you can figure out this is a knowledge is only potential power. It only becomes power when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is disaster, great disaster waiting to happen. Is a storm coming? Are there rains that warning us to have storm? Okay, these are the water spout from different angles. This is from the inland, near the Tesco area. This is from the sea. Okay, so it's pretty close to the land. This is June of 2013, where the telco came down in the McAllister Road. This is November 1 on 2017. Penang, this is Komtang. And are there other issues in Malaysia? Yeah. Okay, stop violence against women. So much social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google Plus, and all what happened, the befrienders, every day 68 people contact befriender. So, and a big portion are young people, right? Yeah, and some young people do not know how to ask for help, so they just post on the Facebook and ask, should I die or should I live? Which actually just happened about a month ago. How about global issue? You know what? What is the secular projection, futurist thing that how likely the world will end by 2100 AD? It's about 20%, between 15 to 20%. They think the world will end because of various reasons. Did I list out here? Oh, these are the reasons. Okay, these are reasons, possible reason. Okay, Ebola, anti-vacciner is one problem. Okay, anti-vaccine, because the more people do not want to vaccine, then you start having infectious diseases can spread. Right. So, will your house survive hurricane? Will my house survive hurricane? Will my life survive the coming storm? It depends on how we build our life. It depends on how I build my house. May we commit ourselves to build a house that is upon the rock